morning, ladies and gentlemen of the USA. My name is Spida-Man, and I would like to welcome you to the 28th episode of StormWatch. As you know, I just had a film come out recently, and I'm on a cross-country tour right now, and your beautiful, handsome, fat-cocked, girthy, properly weighing, above average height host Tyler Storm allowed me to come on the podcast and cover your friendly neighborhood news. And you know what? Without further ado, I say we swing into action. Yeah, that's just a taste of what we got coming today. I'm gonna be webbing all over the fucking place. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Look at that. You see that web? That's good web right there. Ladies, you see that web? Look at that. Consistent, clean web. Look at that. Pull apart. You see that web? Not too shabby, am I right? Am I right? What was I saying? Without further ado, we're swinging into action. Watch of the week. There is no fucking watch of the week. I'm Spider-Man. You think I can fit a watch in this? I can barely fit my own cock in this bitch. I can barely fit my fat butt cheeks in this fucker. God damn. You think that this was easy to pull off? Every film I'm in, they're like, why are you late to the set? Why are you late to the set? What do you mean, why am I late to the set? No pockets. No fucking pockets. And I didn't even get any of the Tony Stark stuff until later on. I had to stick with the old-fashioned suit. I didn't get no AI in there. I got no fancy goggles. All I got was a mask. That's what I'm wearing today, is the old-fashioned. I wanted to show you fucking kids it's not always about the gadgets and the gazmos and the things and the widgets and the wadgets and the ticks and the talks and all that shit. Sometimes it's about good old-fashioned webbing and a good costume, you know what I'm saying? And I understand I brought out like one of the props from one of my films, but I like to blow stuff up, and they said that if I brought this back, I'd be able to blow stuff up with it, and I just, what do you want from me? Sometimes when you're swinging on and off set, things disappear. And you know what? When you're in my line of work, you need as many options as you can, and I'm not with all the computers and stuff, but I do like blowing shit up. I'm very Vietnam about it. Do you know what I mean? Just lay pipe to the bitches. You know what I mean? Just napalm them to nothingness. That's what I say. But I have to hold back because the kids like me, and they pay more to see my films. Because the kids like my films, I get paid more, so I can't really go and blow shit up and really talk about how I feel about these things. Today you're getting a little bit of the real me. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of the real Spider. A little bit of the real Spidey boy. You feel? Can you dig it? You're getting to see the real Tiger. Who knows? You may even see the Hulk come out at some point. I'll show you my big green beast. I'll show you my Peter Parker. Now hold on. My Peter is tingling. There's news going on. 23-year-old Oklahoma man found dead after car submerges near Cocoa Beach. What? 23-year-old Oklahoma man found dead after car submerges near Cocoa Beach? How do you guys treat people from out of state here? I'm on tour, and I really need to know how safe I am, because I can defend myself for the most part, but, I know that these people down here, they got more guns than the average person. It is Florida. I do feel safe for the most part, but I know that they're not partial to New Yorkers to start with, and I'm just kind of worried after hearing this. You guys have nothing against people from Oklahoma, as far as I can tell. Very like-minded in that way. But, where do I fit in on this scale? Am I good? Do I need to bust out the fucking rocket and blow some fucker up? Do I need to blow some motherfucker up? Let's hope not. Vehicle apparently left the roadway at a high rate of speed and submerged in approximately 8 feet of water, police say. God damn. You know, if I had been there, I would have been able to save him. I'm capable of stopping a fucking bus, a train. I'm capable of stopping a car. You should see the things that I can fucking do. I've been able to hold up a building. I've been able to swing around and fucking throw punches that knock Rhino around. Do you know what I am capable of? Do you know who the fuck I am? I know you know who the fuck I am. That's why you know that if I was there, I would have been able to save this man from Oklahoma. Friendly neighborhood spy. You know, I wish I had been here, but the problem is this press tour is killing me. This press tour is killing me. I have to be on stage with Tom Holland and Zendaya. It's fucking disgusting. And that guy Punisher, well, what's his name? His name isn't Punisher. He plays the fucking Punisher. He represents him. I know the actual Punisher. He's a cockhole too. But that guy, what's his name? John Bernthal. He's a sweetheart. He's good at playing a cockhole though. Let me tell you that much. Sometimes you gotta web up the cockhole though, because he is yapping on set too much. You know what I mean? Something about how he doesn't like naps and shit. You don't like naps, so what? It's weird if I, Spidey-Man, make myself a web cocoon at the top of a building and take a nap? No. I say nay. I say Spider-Nay. 8 feet of water. You know what? I would have been able to pull him out of that water. I would have been able to do it. I'm telling you, I would have been able to. A 23-year-old Oklahoma man was found dead Sunday morning after his vehicle left the roadway and became submerged near the Banana River on South Route 520, according to the Cocoa Police Department. Well, you know, he was so young. And from Oklahoma, too. Well, if you're from Oklahoma, I guess 23 is middle-aged. They don't live too long out there. It's Oklahoma. It's just, there's nothing. It's farms. It's farms and faggots. And meth heads. I told you, you're getting to see the real Spidey today. Let me show you what. Those fuckholes Sony and Disney, they don't portray me properly. I don't even think the comics portray me properly all the time. I like helping people. I like saving people. I like doing all that stuff. But they don't tell you all the fucking things I say when I'm doing it. They like show you all the fun little quips. They like take my little quips that I think are little quips, and they say they're bigoted statements, and they add in these cute little things that are good enough just for like a PG-13 reader. TV-14. What is this? Fucking Spider-Man. Cocoa Beach police and fire rescue units responded to the West Cocoa Beach Causeway at approximately 7:20 a.m. Sunday, August. You know what? I'm not going to sit here and keep doing this. This is just so sad. Investigators said the man was the sole occupant of a gray 2023 Nissan Altima. You know what? To be fair, Nissan Altima drivers, they're not the brightest bulb in the shed, you know what I mean? They're not the stickiest web in the canister, you feel me? They're not the spideyest Spidey-Man in the Spider-Verse. Do you feel me? Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes just the Nissan drivers. And from Oklahoma, I would have been able to save him, but I suppose if anyone had to die, if anyone had to be lost, let it be a 23-year-old Oklahoman kid with nothing going for him. According to the preliminary investigation, the vehicle was traveling at a high rate of speed when it left the roadway and submerged in approximately 8 feet of water. Police said no foul play is suspected at this time. You know what? Who knows? Maybe there is foul play, because that is the second person to go into the water in a 2-week time span that is dying in one of these fucking rivers in Brevard. We had one in Titusville just the other week. Your beautiful, fucking, gorgeous, amazing, handsome host, Tyler Storm, covered it on a previous episode. You should go watch him and his beautiful smile. That is a wondrous host. He has allotted me this time frame, and he is hilarious. He is fucking hilarious. Let me tell you what. No one makes Spider-Man laugh like Tyler Storm and Deadpool. That is the two funniest people outside of me. Spider-Man. It's just, it is a shame, though, that I wasn't able to be there, because sometimes a life lost is just not worth it. You know what I mean? Even for the jokes. K9 Richie sniffs out cocaine during Brevard County traffic stop. 4 arrested, including driver with felony warrant. You know what? I'm glad I wasn't there, because this is one of those moments where they don't tell you these things in the movies. They don't really portray my issues that I have at home. I am a huge fucking cokehead. I am a snow dancing ballerina on ice. I am I love to go skiing. Let me tell you what, nothing is better than getting in this fucking suit and going fucking skiing. It's brisk. It is fantastic, especially when you're shooting web all over the place and you're fighting bad guys and you get fucking amped up and you get really into the fucking shits. But this is why they don't portray it in the movies. I have a really bad problem. It's really bad. This is actually the calmest I've been in a long time. I'm on like 8 fucking Percocets right now, and I was sipping lean before I even came on here. I know it doesn't really seem like it because of how high energy I am, but that's just enough to dull the Spida tingle. That's just enough to dull the Spidey sense. That is just enough for me to feel safe in this town, in this state, in a place that I am not even from. And after reading what people they say is no foul play, but after the way you people are treating these out-of-towners, drowning them in their cars, don't really, The point is, I'm glad I'm not here. I would have hated to have a relapse. I've been off coke for a little bit. It's been helping while I'm on tour. I've been having to do the pills to keep me calm, keep me level and shit, but it's just... When you're taking 45 Valium a day on top of the Percocets and you're drinking the lean, it's just... The Peter tingle starts to not be the only thing tingling. You know what I mean? This is better than any BOGO, bust one, get one, and it's more like bust two, get two more. You know what? It's a good couple activity, getting arrested together. Your amazing host covered that last week. It's sometimes couples who do stuff together should get arrested together. Just couples should do more stuff together in general. It's like, at the end of the day, you should be trafficking drugs together. You should be assaulting people together. You should be busting into cars together. You should be going and robbing banks together. You should be trafficking children together. You should be snorting coke together. You should be going out of your way to boost vehicles together. You should be going out of your way to break into rich people's houses, pretend you're the maids, and steal some of their jewelry so that way you can go and pawn it off behind their backs. You should be every couple should be doing things together, because the truth is one, couples who commit crime stay together. I ensure that as Spida-Man because I arrest you both at the same time. I take you both in. You don't have to worry about you both getting arrested or separated because of any fucking police chase. No, I make sure you both go in. So there's one bonus there, is you know you're being secured by a Spida-Man at the end of the day rather than a policeman. Nobody wants one of these pig men getting them. They want a Spida-Man getting them. And my other point is, it's kind of cheaper to do crimes together. It's like Bonnie and Clyde, you know what I'm saying? Bonnie and Clyde, of course, they died at the end of the day, but that's just because they didn't have me there to stop them. The police got in the way. Those fucking pigs. Let me tell you what. I know I work with the police a lot and all that stuff, and they make it really seem like I'm buddy with these fucking police officers. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan. I work with them, but I don't... It's like in this newest film. They had me fucking working with some spick bitch police chief? Oh, you got me fucked up. Hell no. I was not a fan of this. They did not want to hear me out when I said I wanted a German police chief. They weren't going for it. I don't understand why, but like, whatever. It's just, you know what? It was a decent film. I'm not going to talk too much shit on it just yet because, well, we got a lot of shit to talk about that film. I was not a fan of many of the things they did to my character in there. It was Tom Holland. He's a decent actor. He's a good actor, but he makes me seem like I'm a big tech bitch, and I'm not a fan of that. Spider-Man is not a fan of big tech. Spider-Man does not like big tech. Let that go down right now in history as a final definitive statement. Screw what Sony and Marvel and Disney and anybody else has to say. Spider-Man is against big tech. The only thing I like is big buildings so I can swing off of them. Saturday night, Deputy Singleton, you know, we have a Singleton Road. Saturday night, Deputy Singleton conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle when he discovered that the driver, Robert Redditt, had an active warrant for a felony violation of probation. While confirming the warrant, Deputy Josh Hardy and his partner K9 Richie arrived to really get things started with a... Sorry, I'm seeing this fungus commercial. It's fucking me up. Canine Richie arrived to really get things started with a free air sniff of the vehicle. Richie jumped right out and really got to, I'm not going to keep reading this. Basically, they brought in a couple. They brought in a couple couples. And they're ugly, they're disgusting, they look like Florida people, and there's really nothing more to it other than the fact that the canine is never going to get the credit it deserves. It's all going to go to this Officer Singleton, and really, I keep hearing the officers here are fucking assholes, so I don't think we should be doing anything good for them. No good services. Oh, great, another one. BCSO deputies recover stolen vehicle in Merritt Island. 4 arrested on drug charges. You know what? A couple couples. A couple of couples. You know what I'm saying? I think that couples who do crimes together stick together, and for more than one reason. Because we like to make sure that you love... That your loved ones go in with you. We don't really like separating families from one another. It's not what we like to do. So, just remember, kids, if you're going to go down, make sure you got a broad to go down with you. And ladies, if you got to go down, make sure you got a motherfucker to go down with you. Because there is no... You should never have to be facing the challenges of this world alone. No matter who you are. No matter how ugly you are, no matter how poor you are, no matter how rich you are, no matter how satanic you are, you should never have to face the world alone. Just when we thought we got a unicorn a few days ago, another one magically appears. Follow along closely. You know what? They got another... What is it? Yesterday, deputies located a stolen vehicle in Merritt Island at the 7-Eleven. One subject, Timothy Alexander, drove the car to the gas station, and another subject, Brandon Jefferson, moved the car from the gas pumps to a parking spot while deputies were setting up to address everyone and make sure the car would not get out of the parking lot. If I was there, I would have just webbed them. I would have webbed all over them, lit them up, and laid them right there at your feet. Because I do that. I'm good like that. You should see what I'm doing with this web right now. You think it's landing all over the floor. No. I've created a design. I'm a designer. I'm an artiste with this, with the thing. You know what I'm saying? Every time you see me doing this, it's not like love and shit. It's art. I'm an artiste. That's what I do. Vogue. Go, web, go! While they were about to converge on them, they observed the males were about to enter a different vehicle in the parking lot driven by Caleb Burleson. They detained the male subjects, and while this was occurring, Burleson and the passenger, Maria Herza... Oh my motherfucking god, do I know that name? I went to high school with that person. Not me, your host, Tyler Storm. He went to high school with that. I know that name because of him. He's a fantastic... We're not the same person, I'm telling you. We're not. He's out right now. He's doing his thing on the town. And I'm here doing the podcast. He'll be back next week. Don't know what else to tell you. A little awkward, though. It's going to be a little awkward telling him this. He didn't know it that well. But, so it's not like it really matters all that much. It's just, let me tell you what, no one is free from anything on this podcast. That Tyler guy, he says his sister's going to be on this podcast at some point, especially if the fucking animal services keep showing up over there. No one is free from this podcast. Even he would love to show you his mugshots one day. They are fucked up. You should have seen his eyes. He looked like a goddamn googly eye. He looked like a googly eye rock. He was disgusting. I don't even know why I gave him the chance, but you know what? He's been such a gracious and kind and fat-cocked host. I don't even understand why I wouldn't do this. I will definitely be back on. I can assure you that because you get to see the real me, the real New Yorker. What New Yorker is as kind as they portray him to be in the movies. In my films, they portray me to be a fucking pussy. A pussy. A fucking pussy. God damn, and that nigga Tom Holland. He is a fucking retard. Who is a pussy? They make me look like a fucking faggot, and I can't stand it. You get to see the real me in this. Mask is a little itchy. I can't. God damn, son. Everything itches. I tell you what, it's a little tight too, so every time you start itching, it's just, oh my goodness. Look, I just, stop laughing. I just got off of a fucking stage. What do you want from me? It's sticking to me in different ways I didn't expect it to stick, and it's itching in ways I didn't expect the suit to itch. I really haven't itched like this since I got into it with Sandman. It was, I was finding sand in holes I didn't know I had, you know what I'm saying? Still getting some of it out of my ears. Burleson and her passenger Maria Herzog were preparing to leave the scene, but were quickly stopped. Burleson followed commands given by deputies, but Herzog was slow to comply, and we can only guess why. Corporal Scott Stewart and K9 Millie arrived on the scene ready to go to work, and if you guessed that Millie gave Corporal Stewart the official head nod and there were drugs in the car, then you were correct. You know? The canines, baby. I like animals. We love animals on this podcast. This is a consistent theme here, is that we like... Oh, fuck. I was trying to shoot my camera person. They looked like they weren't paying attention. See, this is the real Spidey. Let me show you. I like webbing people when they're not paying attention. You just, like, unload web all over their face. You know what? They call me Dr. Webb, WebMD, if you will. WebMD. Web Master Dick. Web Master Dick. Because I be webbing on bitches with my spider cock. Enjoy. Enjoy what you can. Enjoy what you can while you can. Spidey ain't here forever. In a bag that was located in the front near Herzog's feet was cocaine, methamphetamine, fentanyl, and small baggies commonly used in packaging drugs for distribution. You know, again, I'm just glad that I wasn't there. I probably would have taken it for myself. I would have added it to the old evidence locker. You know what I mean? The old HQ. The old headquarters, you feel me? A little bit of the old goes a long way in this business, in this line of work, especially when you got to be up for days on end. Let me tell you what, a little bit of the old, it'll do you. Oh, man. It's been a little bit since I had a little bit of the old... Since I had a little bit of an iced beverage, if you will. It's been a little bit since I've had a little bit of an iced beverage. And I'm not a big into the fence stuff. It just knocks you the fuck out. I like to be on go. I'm a Spida-Man. I'm gonna be... I gotta be active with it. Just with the... Gotta stay on the move. You know what I'm saying? Stay on the move. Stay on the prowl. Brevard County woman faces felony animal cruelty charges, held on $12,000 bond. It doesn't really give you much about this, but it tells you that she has 1 count of felony animal cruelty and 2 counts of misdemeanor animal cruelty. Her bond was set at $12,000. Let me tell you what, I looked into this story. This is one that you probably heard about the other day, because I was on my way into town and I thought it was appalling. This fucking woman here in Brevard County was stabbing a horse in the armpit. She punished her horse in front of the child, by the way, by beating the horse and stabbing into the armpit multiple times. They looked underneath the horse's armpit and they found like knife wounds, knife stabs. This horrible, wretched woman. I would not save her. Would have not saved her. Should have saved the guy from Oklahoma. Glad I wasn't there for the drugs, but this woman, no saving. I would have hung her up by the webs from the tallest building in Florida, which is really not that tall. It's like, we got like a couple, you guys got a couple things down in Miami, but I just don't want to travel that far. So I'd just probably hang up from the Max Brewer Bridge since that's all we got. I would web around her neck, and I'd lynch her up, and then I'd take this fucking bomb here, and I'd blow her the fuck up on Max Brewer Bridge, so that way all you see is her torso hanging off. This is the real Spider-Man. This is how I actually handle villains. This is how I really handle things in New York. This is how we New Yorkers get down. Do you actually think that New Yorkers would listen if I was like that pussy on the screen? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And they don't really get it. It's a video of her arrest. The animals were starved. She had a few horses on the farm, and she starved the animals. She whooped them in front of the child. It was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Some people just shouldn't be saved. Some people, $12,000 bond. That's also nothing. $12,000 bond. By the way, your amazing, immaculate, brown-eyed host, Tyler Storm, he got a $10,000 bond in Georgia for possession charge of marijuana and a firearm. Do you know how ridiculous that is? This woman is stabbing a horse in the armpit, actually trying to harm this animal internally, and it got a $12,000 bond. What is Georgia doing with their lives? Also, what is Florida doing that she's only getting a $12,000 bond? This should be at least $20,000 to $30,000. She's stabbing a fucking horse in the armpit. They got sores on them, and they're starved. Is my mask good? Is it fitting? That feels weird on the neck. Sorry about that. The suit is a little tight. It's as I said, I was on stage and I've been active, and it's just I should have put baby powder in here first. You know what I mean? A little of the old. Let's see. Oh, we're good. We are so good. We're back in business, baby. Rock on. Now let's swing right back into things. Not like a Coco couple or nothing like that, but more like Spider-Man. Just shoom. Melbourne man dies after electric scooter struck by Jeep on Croton Road. I would have been, if I was there, I could have saved him. It's the. What is with these vehicle crashes? Do you people down here not know how to drive, or is it all the foreign bodies you got down here? Is that why you don't like New Yorkers? Because of the driving? Sorry about that. I'm inhaling web fluid. It's not good for you. Too much is not good for you. The doctor says I got web lung. That's also why they call me WebMD. And it's terrible. Every time I hack, it's just, and then I'm like, what the fuck? I'm hacking up white like I'm some fag in the 70s. And it's just web. And I pick it up and just, and all of a sudden my dog is stuck up against the wall. Stuck up against the wall. For a week, it takes me to get him down. I just have to feed him, let him use the restroom. Sometimes I'll hold the treadmill up so he can sit there and walk while he's stuck to the wall. Sorry. God. It is awful. It is really awful. Truly awful. My cat got muzzled for 2 days. 2 days after this. It was just... And the cat just... It was screaming and running and hollering and hooting and all of that stuff. And I made sure that they got fed and everything. I just... Sometimes when you get sick as a Spider-Man, it's not the... It's not... the cold that kills you, it's you that kills everything with the cold. Do you know what I mean? Victim identified as Walter Davis McCoy, 36 of Melbourne. A 36-year-old man died after the electric scooter he was riding was struck by a Jeep Cherokee near the intersection of Croton Road and McKinley Avenue, according to Melbourne Police Department. If I was there. That's all... This tour, man, it takes away from my saving. Sometimes I just wonder if I should get out of New York and travel more. I liked when I went to DC. I liked the Well, I like that trip into space. That was nice. I don't really get much. I don't really get out much. It's just big building, big building, big building, big building, rapist, robber, stabber, rapist, rapist, robber, 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 shooting, shooting, rapist, shooting and rapist. It's big building, stabbing, stabbing, looting, looting, stabbing, robbing, shooting, and spray painting. I should probably get out of New York a little more. I might have been able to do something about this poor man. The preliminary investigation indicates that a white Jeep Cherokee and an electric scooter were both traveling northbound on Croton Road as they approached McKinley. According to the police, the Jeep's driver attempted to swerve to avoid the scooter, but was unable to prevent the collision. Brevard County Fire transported the scooter rider, identified as Walter Davis McCoy of Melbourne, to a local hospital. He succumbed to his injuries and died on August 10th. May he rest in pieces. Or peace. I don't know if he was whole after the incident. Let's assume. Rest in peace. Police identified Jeep's driver as a 59-year-old from Melbourne. The scooter involved was described as a 350-watt electric scooter. What the fuck does the unit of scooter matter? What is this? Can you tell me exactly in this moment why I need to know what type of scooter it was that he died on? He could have been on a Razor scooter and he would have died to fucking save. He could have been on a fucking Razor scooter. This man would have been on a Razor scooter and you would have described to me that he was on a child's Razor scooter. Does that matter when a car hits you? When a car hits you, does it matter whether you're on a Razor scooter, a gas scooter, or a 350 fucking watt scooter? Does it matter for you to die or not? If a car is gonna hit you, this is a question I pose to you at home, the viewers of this podcast. If you're gonna get run over by a car, would you rather be run over on a Razor scooter, in a gas-powered scooter, a gas-propelled scooter, or a 350 watt scooter? Because now I'm just curious, does it matter? Are you gonna die different? Is it gonna cause a different set of injuries to be hit by a car on a scooter? Is it gonna make a difference? Will it make a difference to you personally to know what type of scooter this man died on? Does that make a difference for you at home, the reader? Do you, the reader, the listener, the all of you, do you look at this situation and go, you know what? If I don't get that scooter, I won't get run over. Do you look at this situation and go, wait, hold on, what was he driving? What was the guy in the car driving? What was he in the car? He was in a fucking Jeep, of course. Nissan drivers and Jeep drivers. A bunch of fags. Motherfucker. Does it make them feel better to announce what type of scooter it was? Does it? Like, I know it seems like I'm fixated on this, but it's because what a fucking niche detail to add to this entire ordeal. You're telling me that we don't get the name of the driver, the man who killed the man on the scooter. We get the man who was killed on the scooter. We don't get the name of the man who was in the car. Excuse me. But we get the type of scooter that the man was killed on. I think these details are a little misaligned in the priorities. I don't mean to misjudge you, the authors of this entire thing, but, you know, I think you may be misjudging the priorities a little, authors. It may just be me as Spida-Man. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a spy. I'm just the Spidey boy. I'm just a boy. I'm just a man. The fuck? I'm just a man. Swinging from building to... No, it's going to take me a little bit. I'll think of something. I'm just a guy. Swinging in captivity. Because I'm... Fucking shit. No, sorry about that. Sometimes the accent shifts. They're hard to do. But the point is it does feel like I'm swinging in captivity. It's New York is like a box. Yeah, there's 5 boroughs, but it's really just one mindset. And it's all inside this box right here. Palm Bay man convicted by Brevard County jury for possessing child pornography. You see, if I was there, he wouldn't have even been able to watch the porn. I would have like snuck around and just, webbed all over him and stuck him to whatever chair he's watching this sick, disgusting porn in. And then I just would have, and then I would have webbed on his phone and I would have pulled out his phone that the porn was on. It would have been fantastic. I would have got web everywhere and he wouldn't have been able to watch the child pornography. Do you have any sickening idea how fucking sick fucking this fucking retard is? It's disgusting. Spida-Man doesn't like pedophiles. Except like Woody Allen and like... Sorry, I'm sticking to New Yorkers. You know, that's my homeboy. Spida-Man only supports like 2 pedophiles, and it's Woody Allen and R. Kelly. That's like 2 things me. That's one thing me and your host Tyler can agree on, is R. Kelly is the greatest R&B singer. That's actually a truth, but the Woody Allen thing was a joke. I just, oh my goodness, man. I couldn't help myself. I could not help myself. Excuse me, a little bit more web in the nose, a little bit of the nostrillus. I haven't cleared my nose out in a little bit. Convicted on 9 counts of possession of material depicting sexual conduct by a child. Disgusting fuck. If I was there, I would have pulled out. I would have pulled his phone out. I would have webbed everywhere, and I would have pulled out his phone, and he would have gone right to jail right then and there. Before even he could have even typed it in. My spidey sense is that good now. It's almost preemptive. It's like precognition. I'm basically Minority Report. I am Tom Cruise in Minority Report. I'm just in a fucking spandex suit, and I shoot web all over the place. But that shouldn't make a difference on how you view me or respect me. Just because I web everywhere does not make me a bad Spider-Man. A Palm Bay man faces years in prison after Brevard County prosecutors convicted him at trial of possession of child porn. Well, if it were up to me, Max blew a bridge and then blew the fuck up. Except I would have just aimed it at his cock and I would have blew that shit up. Bastard, you can hang from the bridge with no cock. A jury found Gunnar C. Beswick guilty. That's just the name of a pedophile. That is a pedophilic name if I've ever heard one. Gunnar C. Beswick? What's the C for? Child porn? Gunnar child porn Beswick? Disgusting. A jury found Gunnar C. Beswick guilty on July 20th of 9 counts of possession of material depicting sexual conduct by child based on evidence presented by prosecutors Pepper Worthy and Francis DeMuro. Pepper? I know a Pepper. She's married to Tony. God, I miss Tony. It's been a while since I've seen him. It's been a while since I've seen him or Bruce. Really, any of them. They don't like call on me anymore. Gained a little weight, and they said they didn't like the way I called him a greener and stuff like that, and they didn't like that I just kept backhanding, what's his name? White-faced Black Widow. That's a name. They just didn't like that I just kept... They said I was too old-fashioned. They said I was too stuck in my ways, but the only thing sticking to me seems to be my webs and the guilty verdicts that I get these criminals to get. All I'm saying is, I don't get the respect I deserve. And I think that I think that it's starting to get to me inside a little bit. Cause I just, you know, you used to get invited to dinners. You used to getting invited to the big fights against like Thanos and against the alien riders and stuff like that. You used to getting asked to fight Captain America and a whole team of superheroes that you thought was supposed to be good guys, and they actually turned out to be good guys. But you still don't get no respect. You don't get no respect, I tells you. Yeah, as Spider-Man, you just don't get no respect. You got this guy, J. Jonah Jameson. This guy's up my ass out the wazoo. He's up my wazoo, out the wazoo. He just wants pictures of me. Sometimes I'll send him a picture of my feet. He doesn't know what to do with it. He wants to post it, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to give people the idea that, you know, looking at Spider-Man's feet pics is okay. It's funny because it confuses him and it makes him internally have this conflict. He's only posted about half of them. He's only posted about half the feet pics, and it's always interesting. What does he do with the other half? Is he puffing his cigar while he's just looking at my spider feet? I can't. You know, sometimes I wonder, as the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, what do I do it for? Sometimes I feel like it's just for me, just because it's nice to know that I'm giving back to the community. I mean, what did Peter's Uncle Ben say? With great power comes great responsibility. And you know what? I just feel like I've done a lot and I don't get... Yeah, does responsibility come with respect at some point? Does it? Because that cockhole Punisher, he doesn't know respect either. I know I just keep going, but like nobody in my life, they're not nice. They're not nice people. And I give my body, my heart, my web. I give it all, and they don't respect me, I tells you. Where was I at? I started all that because of Pepper. Now back to the pedophile. Key evidence included 9 photos obtained by Beswick's mobile phone that showed prepubescent boys engaged in sex acts. Disgusting. Absolutely fucking disgusting. God damn it, son. Who are you? Charlie Sheen with... Ah, shit. Who is that goddamn child actor who killed himself? Corey Feldman talks about it. I can't remember the fuck his name. But apparently, like, Charlie Sheen raped him in broad day or something like that. This was pre-AIDS Charlie Sheen. This was, like, younger Charlie Sheen. Who the fuck am I talking about? Corey Feldman, the weird kid from, like, Gremlins, Gremlins and the not the Lost Boys, the Goonies. The fucking Goonas. Yeah, the Corey Feldman from the Goonas. He talks about the guy all the time. I can't remember. But the point is, who are you, Charlie Sheen? In case like this, we don't have identifiable victims present, so it can sometimes be overlooked that these are real children in these pictures, Worthy said. Even though we can't identify them, they are real victims. We are trying to protect them and to punish the people looking at them. Good, as you should. You should go and take him to the Max Brewer Bridge and blow his cock off. Right in front of everybody. Do it in front of the children, too. So that way they understand. They're like, hey, before you start sending stuff to any older gentleman... Because we've had a lot of stuff with Snapchat and all these other issues. Your host has read a lot about, your host Tyler has read about a lot of people who are soliciting stuff from minors. We should make everyone in the town watch us blow the cock off this man with a rocket. Elon is right across the water. You telling me he can't blow someone's cock off with a little rocket? No, because he's trying to get the pedophile to work for him. Disgusting. Key evidence included 9 photos obtained... Oh, wait, hold up. In a case... Oh, wait, hold up. I done read all that. Palm Bay police detectives investigated and ultimately arrested Beswick, 30, in May 2023 after receiving a tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children about a video it received that showed child pornography. The video had been saved, shared, or uploaded by a Snapchat. You know, I think it's crazy. You can take Snapchat away from people for posting marijuana, but people are able to solicit sexual images and videos from minors on Snapchat, and nothing happens until the fucking feds are involved. I'm just saying, Snapchat, you're not looking good right now. You're not looking good. You need to up the ante and really start keeping up with the times, and maybe give Tyler his Snapchat back, and all the other people who you wrongfully took Snapchats away from for posting paraphernalias. Allegedly. It didn't even say... Yeah, you know what? I hate this anonymous snitching stuff. Do you know... I am very good about knowing who I'm getting. I don't need snitches. I got the Spidey sense, the Peter Tingle, whatever you want to call it. I also got access 24/7 to every camera in the fucking city. Allegedly. You shouldn't know nothing about that, but, well, okay, whatever. You saw it in the recent movie. I have access to all the flock cameras. I have access to everything. I can identify you just based off of your belt buckle. It should not take a CIA, police state, Spida state. It should not take a Spida state in order to catch pedophiles. It should not take a Spida state to catch pedophiles. Let me tell you what. It's disgusting. This man should not be able to just go around webbing everywhere. He's not WebMe. You know what I'm saying? WebMD. Web Spidey. Oh, I need a minute. My wrist. I need to stretch the old spider wrist and give the old natural webs the chance to reload. You know what I'm saying? They can't fill back up whenever I got these gauntlets on. So sometimes the webbing, it takes a little bit to build back up. It's like a blockage. Sometimes you got to pull the plug and just, and then you got to hold up. I'm trying to get the sound. It's hard to do with the mask on. You go good. And all of a sudden, you just free-flowing web everywhere. What was I saying? A warranted search of Beswick's mobile phone revealed Warranted search of Beswick's mobile phone revealed the cached photographs, all showing young boys involved in sex acts. Beswick's phone had stored the photos over 16 months, revealing a pattern and intent by phone users, and prosecutors said. Those images were intermingled with selfies that Beswick took with the phone in a mirror, proving he had control of the device during the same 16 months. In 2020, Beswick was arrested for traveling to meet purported 14-year-old boy that he met online for sex. The boy turned out to be sheriff's investigators from Osceola and Polk County. You know, it's good that the topic is this right now, because they're doing a Chris Hansen film, and I can't tell you how excited I am to see that after my film. Let me tell you what, once we're done with this Spidey tour and all this shit, once we're done with this, I am going to be I'm going to be front row of that theater watching Robert Pattinson kill it as Chris Hansen. You see how this looks, right? You see how this looks. He's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fan-fucking-tastic. 2 arrested after 2-year-old dies after kratom ingestion in West Melbourne. You know, another couple. If you're going to do crimes or kill babies, or you're going to let babies ingest kratom and die in your household, then you may as well do it with somebody else. You may as well go down as a couple. The West Melbourne Police Department initiated a death investigation in mid-May after 2-year-old Johnny Jordan... Johnny Jordan? The fuck kind of name is this? 2-year-old Johnny Jordan was brought to Holmes Regional Medical Center in an unresponsive state, according to West Melbourne Police Department Deputy Chief Richard Cordeau. The toddler was brought to the hospital by her father, 35-year-old Jerome Jordan. That's where you get Johnny Jordan from Jerome Jordan. Jerome Jordan, Johnny Jordan. JJJJ. J quadrupled? Whatever. Where was I at? Jerome Jordan and his sister just after 6 a.m. on the morning of May 18th. The hospital staff pronounced Johnny deceased. Early on, investigators believe that they may have an overdose based off of Jerome Jordan initially urging medical staff to provide his daughter with Narcan. The investigation revealed Johnny Jordan was transported... Yeah, I don't care about that. It's details about the transport. Investigators learned. Speaking of transport, did you hear our president had to use a fucking second plane in order to sneak off of his first plane? He had to use like a fucking truck to sneak to another plane, so that way he wouldn't be worried about the bomb threats that they were making on him from Iran or something like that. Do you know how crazy that is? Our president is having to use an ice cream truck in order to traffic himself out of Air Force One into the Lolita Express, so that way he can travel freely across the U.S. unencumbered without bomb threats. That is crazy to me. That is, you know what? New Yorker right there, through and through, baby. We always come true. We always come true. Let me tell you what, shout out to Big Donnie. Shout out to Big Donnie. I understand they're making the bomb threats, but you are the bomb, man. I know that's a little inappropriate to say, but that's from one web slinger to another web slinger. All I gotta say is you keep rocking on, Donnie. You keep rocking the fuck on, Donnie. You do what you do. You use the ice cream truck, the little backdoor ice cream truck to escape off of Air Force One. I respect that shit. I do. Especially to take the Lolita Express out afterwards. I thought they had decommissioned it after Jeffrey was done using it. I know that he's using a bit more private means right now, but you gotta respect the effort Donnie's making in order to go out of his way to try and live. Do you know what I mean? A good New York man just trying to live day by day, slinging webs and saving lives. That's what we do. While at O'Connell's residence, Johnny Jordan gained access to kratom pills that belonged to Jerome Jordan and Charlene O'Connell and ingested as much as 2.5 pills. Both adults were aware she ingested the substance and witnessed her lips go blue before suffering a seizure and breathing abnormally. So basically, what this is another case of you bravado degenerates not understanding that you are prioritizing your drugs and your pleasures over the safety of anyone else. That is a big theme that happens here in Brevard, is people prefer to prioritize their drug pleasures, their partying pleasures, their sexual pleasures, everything that is baseline and animalistic to a degree, unless you're some... You know what, if you love sex, you're either enlightened or you're an animal. But as far as I can tell, these Brevard people are animals. They're like the rats we got up in New York. They're just big and they just all over everything. They're fucking crazy down here. So my thing is, stop leaving your fucking drugs for your kids. Stop leaving your fucking drugs for your kids, because this... One, I have never heard of a baby ingesting kratom and dying, because this is just so new. But this is... You know, everybody says kratom is safe, kava is safe, everything is safe. All these things are safe. Do you ever consider that it's only safe in your head? It's not actually safe for the youth. It's not safe, maybe even for the youths. Do we know the long-term effects of doing these things? Do we actually? Because we always say, like... They always go native tribes and indigenous tribes. Indigenous don't mean shit, by the way, and native don't mean shit. Because both of those words just mean locally fixed to an area or found locally in one particular area. Like, I am native New York, indigenous New York. Do you understand what I'm saying? I am from New York. I originate from New York. They always have some fucking excuse about, like, kava and kratom and all these things. It's like the natives used it. The indigenous peoples used it. Well, guess what? Now a 2-year-old used it and is dead. How you like them apples? Because that's the apples you get. Suck on that. You get a dead baby, bitch. All because you couldn't help yourself and stop your kratom quells. And quell your kratom. And quell your kratom cravings. All because you couldn't quell your kratom cravings. Your child is dead. You didn't even do, like, ritualistic sacrifice. That's the problem I see here. Is it's like... we have a lot of kids who die around here because of negligence of their parents. I just wish they had more intent. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, these babies are bound to die because their parents are dumb. Why are they not selling them to ritualistic cults? Like, for sacrifice. Why are they not selling it to the Bohemian Grove? Why are they not selling it to, like... Scientology? Why are they not selling it to people like Jared Leto for his cult? 4 women accused Jared Leto of criminal sexual conduct. Oh my god, they're going after Morbius. Morbius, no, not like this, Morbius. He took morbing time too real. He mobbed all over the place and that's not okay. Jared, no. I understand you like to morb. You like to get down and dirty and morb all over the place, and you drink the plasma and you do the you jump at people and you do the scares and you do the stuff, and I understand you got powers, but you are only one fucking bloodsucker. That's you, just one. You cannot go around just you can't go around raping women. He let the mob out of the cage. He let the mob out of the cage, and this is what happens. You see, sometimes there's that animal that's locked up deep inside you. It's that animal that's just locked up deep inside you. And in my case, you see in the last film, it started to come out. My eyes would go black, and I'd start going into a frenzy, attacking people. It was only towards the end of the film that I learned to control it. What was the film I did this recently? I'm on tour for it, and I can't even remember. And I'm fucking quoting scenes to you from it. It was Brand New Day. What?
Odyssey?
No, I was talking about Brand New Day. Who the fuck are you talking about? That faggot Tom Holland? No, I'm Spider-Man. What the fuck is wrong with you? No. So, there's always an animal inside you. And you know what? No, Tom Holland did do well because there were scenes when, you can't really see what's going on. And he has to show it with the mask off and stuff. But there's an animal inside all of us. In my case, it's a spider. In his case, it's a bat and a rapist. That's the animal inside him, is a rapey bat. And we cannot always fault him for not being able to control that inner animal. He saved a lot of lives. He's a doctor. So these are things we have to consider. Especially if you expect somebody like me to bring him in court. Because I have been dealing with Morbius for the last, I can't even tell you, at least 3 decades. At least 3 decades I've been dealing with Morbius. At least 3 decades. And there's one thing I learn each time. I fucking hate doing it. Because his mobbing powers are wild. He just mobs. He mobs into something else. And, it's really a shame to see how far Morbius has come from his pedestal that he was once on. He was basically the equivalent of my Dracula. Morbius is my Dracula. I want that to be known because I know there's Moreland, and Moreland's cool and all that, but we love Morbius in this household. Morbius is fantastic, and it's really a shame to see that he wasn't able to control that beast within the way I guess some of us are able to. Like, look at Kraven. He does okay. He controls that animal within him. Kraven does okay. Rhino has a suit. I mean, he's not really leaving it within him. He's kind of more just like, without him, you know what I mean? He's got the big horn and shit. Scorpion, another one. He can't really control it. He's got a suit. Sometimes it is hard. It's hard. There's an old saying, inside me are 2 wolves. And, I guess inside him is 2 animals too. One's a bat, the other's a rapist. 4 women have accused Oscar-winning actor and 30 Seconds to Mars frontman Jared Leto of criminal sexual conduct, with the alleged offenses having taken place when they were teenagers. Oh, come on. So what? You got older. He promised you eternal life and you aged. You aged a little and now you're going to sue him? You can't handle the mob, and I think some people just don't appreciate the mob either. One of the women says she was sexually assaulted in a motel bathroom when she was 17. Another says the Hollywood star threatened her with sexual assault when she was 19 and had been unexpectedly left alone with him in a hotel room. A third describes how she had underage sex with the star in California when she was 17, which would be classified as statutory rape. Leto shrugged off a conversation about the age of consent being 18 in the U.S. state, she says. What do you want me to do? He's a vampire. Age means nothing to him anymore. When you're a vampire, does consent matter? I've asked this question so many times. If you met a 16 or 17-year-old elf, but she was 30,000 years old, and you were 30, and you go after the 17-year-old, 30,000-year-old elf, are you a pedophile? Or is she? She's 30. Don't you give me that look. She's 30,000 years old. She watched men like me die 100,000 times. You tell him she's 30,000 years old. You. He's a vampire. Age no longer means anything at this point, is what I'm saying. It's about maturity. And who knows? Maybe they seem to mature for their age. He's a vampire. He's a vampire. He has to suck the blood. And sometimes he needs to clean the blood because he just... Otherwise, he loses himself and he sexually assaults people and he morbs all over the place. This is what happens when he doesn't get his plasma. And sometimes... Whatever. Can you fault the guy? He's got an animal within him. And he has to satisfy at least one of them. And clearly, he's not drinking enough blood to satisfy his rapey urges. This is the thing about vampires. Have you ever watched a film with vampires and ever thought, wow, that is a consenting adult? Like, no, I need this to be a question at home. Have you ever met a vampire? Or have you ever watched a film about vampires or read anything about vampires or met a vampire and thought, that is a good consenting adult right there. They are worried about how I feel. They are worried about me consenting to what is happening next. Even in Twilight, that wasn't like, he's like, oh, I can't stop myself. And he's like lunging at her and shit like that, running across a field because he can't control himself. See, inside Edward was two fucking people, a rapist and a bat. Just like Morbius, just like Jared I think he character acted a little too hard. I think sometimes that happens. Sometimes you get lost in the sauce. Sometimes you get lost in the web. You get ebbed in the web. Do you know what I mean? You ebb in the web, and then sometimes you stick. You get stuck in it. It's like layers, and then you gotta climb your way up. You gotta climb your way up. And sometimes it's just you get stuck, and he's a bat. He can't spread his wings when he's stuck like this. You know what I'm saying? So. Or even Nosferatu. Was that a consenting vampire to you? No. I've never met a vampire in all my years of Spider-Man. I've never read about one. I've never anything a vampire and thought to myself, man, this is a kind, generous, benevolent person who is worried if I consent to what is about to happen or not. I have never met a vampire who is worried about consent a day in my life. Have you even thought of a vampire and thought the word consent? With the word no, without the word no in front of it? Have you ever thought of a vampire and then the word consent without the word no in front of it? I need to say this properly because I'm trying to get this point across. Have you ever thought of the word vampire and then the word consent without the word no in front of the word consent? No, you haven't. No, of course not, you haven't, because vampires are rapey. So of course, why wouldn't Jared Leto be a little rapey? He's inside you are two animals. Rapist, vampire. The fourth woman describes being groomed by Leto, saying he abused his celebrity status by making repeated sexually explicit phone calls to her when she was 16 on at least one occasion. She says he suggested they should have sex. She was subsequently sent a non-disclosure agreement to prevent her from talking about her relationship with Leto. Excuse me. Good Lord. I talk about the mob and all of a sudden I'm burping. The possession is real. You saw my last film, the film that just came out. Sometimes you can possess people. It's crazy. The things you can make somebody do, whether you want them, whether they want to or not. But that's where I step in. To make them do, again, what they don't want to do, but in a good way. As Spider-Man. Which the BBC has seen. However, she refused to sign. 4 further women also say they received strange and often very sexual phone calls from Leto when they were younger. Another woman says when she was 14, he instructed a security guard to take her backstage at a music festival after making a lewd comment about a chest during an autograph signing. The girl's mother confronted Leto, but he repeated comment, it is alleged. In total, 10 women have spoken to the... You know what? I'm not going to keep listed. This is just... Oh, it makes me so goddamn angry. I can't even control myself anymore. Oh, the anger that flows through me is possessing me into turning me into something else. Oh, I can't stand it. The bad mouthing of this man. Yeah, Morbius good. Morbius good. He no rape. Morbius no rape. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. This, inside me, I guess, my second animal is the Hulk. As you saw, it's just, sometimes I can't even contain myself, and I can't contain him either, the big green. It's just, it bothers me so much to see such a fantastic fella get dealt the wrong end of the shtick. You know what I'm saying? I think Morbius should keep morbing. I think he should keep morbing. And you know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna do what I can to keep going and not let the big guy come out. But as you saw in the last film, you may only get 5 seconds of me in my green form. You never know. You may get more, but just like in the last film, you may only get 5 seconds of it. So who knows? Who knows? What is it, 5 Seconds to Mars? Isn't that the name of his band? So maybe that's all you need is the 5 seconds. Maybe all you need is 5 seconds in this world. Just enough to get your web off, just enough to go green, just enough to groom a minor, just enough to morb, just enough for ICE to give electric shock gloves to their workers. AP exclusive, ICE plans to give officers gloves that can deliver painful electric shock. What's that joke they got now? We got this before GTA 6. Guess what? We got Galva Knuckles for ICE before GTA 6. You know what? I'm gonna put this on because I need my own responsive unit for this measure. I like attacking motherfuckers too. I like blowing shit up. The fuck you think this is? I'm Spider-Man. I'm a Spider-Goddamn man. You know, these gloves, they remind me of the time I fought Shaka. You guys remember when I fought Shaka? Yeah? He's a brutish motherfucker. I hate the fucking electric jolt that gives you. Let me tell you what. It makes my pita tingle. Every time I get into it with the old Shaka, it makes my pita tingle in ways that I can't even begin to explain. It makes my spidey sense. Let me tell you what, I can sense things from 10 miles away at that point. I tell you what, in the web, just everywhere. Just everywhere. Every time I deal with Shaka, my pita, it just tingles. Now, in honor of Shaka and blowing things up, let me show you fuckers how this works. Let me shoot. Yeah, I have to. Yeah. Oh, no! That's because I held it. What? What the fuck? Where'd the other one go?
You launched both of them.
It launched at the same time? Well, that was disappointing. It's a good thing I got another one. I should have brought out more of the darts. But you know what? I'm not going to waste it right now. You don't deserve it. You ain't worth it. You ain't worth it. Maybe these immigrants are, though, because they are spending $20 million to purchase thousands of conductive distraction and de-escalation devices for officers and agents by March, according to a notice published on Monday by Department of Homeland Security. They will be outfitted with gloves that can deliver painful electric shocks intended to gain compliance from combative individuals. Intended to gain compliance from combative individuals is a hilarious sentence. This is like that game, what is it? The fucking Harry Potter game. Harry Potter Legacy. They have this thing where you can rescue animals from the poachers. You're like rescuing wild animals, and then you bring them back to a fucking, the room of requirement, where it gives you a pocket universe you can then trap these animals in. You can farm them for their fur, their feathers, all that other shit. And if you don't want them, guess what? Or you run out of room, guess what? You can go and sell them. So, rather than let the poachers kidnap these animals, harvest all their fur and their feathers and the such, and then kill the animals, eat the meat, all these other things, we're going to kidnap the animals, lock them in a pocket universe, and then sell the rest because we have no other fucking option. I think that is a great rescue plan. It's nothing like the poachers. Nothing like the poachers. The devices are known as the GLOV, the glove, which stands for Generated Low Output Voltage Emitter, and are manufactured by Compliant Technologies LLC of Lexington, Kentucky. You know what? American business. Red, white, and blue, baby. They have been used in recent years by some jails and police departments. They're telling me that there's jails where the fucking the POs are just walking up and shockering these motherfuckers. Just all of a sudden they're fucking jolting themselves to death. What if one of these fuckers has a pacemaker? I don't think that's funny. I think that's terrible. But I've been hit enough by shocker to tell you that it's painful. It's definitely going to do something to you. DHS said Tuesday that it was working on a response to an Associated Press inquiry and offered no immediate comment. Jeff Nicklaus, the founder and CEO of Compliant Technology, wrote in an email, "Unfortunately, we are unable to speak on this subject because what they're going to do is they're just going to start zapping fucking Mexicans and making them jump like never before. Let me tell you what, you have never seen a Mexican jumping bean till you hit him with 10,000 fucking volts out of an electric glove. Let me tell you what, you will never see a fried tamale like that. You will never, ever, 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 ever see a goddamn birria taco like that. Like the way you set these fuckers up when you put an electric glove on them. Second you hit them with the shocker, with an electric glove, you'll watch that Mexican bean jump right back over the border. You won't even need to take him. One go, woof, woof, with the glove. Hit him with the Michael Jackson, shebang. Shebang. Let me tell you what, they will never be coming back. Guatemalan and get them gone, is what I say. Where was I at? All I gotta say is I'm not a big fan of the electric gloves. I've had them used on me, and I think it was No Way Home. It was not my favorite. It was not a good move, I felt, to bring it to the police force. But you know what? If there's one thing I learned in this last film, there's always gonna be a group of people who is able to buy the technologies and then morph them into new weapons to attack people with, to keep them safe. There's always a reason for safety. Do you know what I'm saying? There's always a reason for safety. And the irony of this last film I just did, which is Brand New Day, there's a company who is taking weapons. It's kind of just like in Brand New Day. It's like the recycling plot. This really just does feel like recycled plot, and nobody's catching on to any of this stuff. But this government subgroup is finding wreckage weapons and whatever from these battles that they have going on, and they're experimenting on them and creating devices specifically to handle people like Spida-Man, Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow, Black Panther, Hawkeye, Vision. Everybody is getting fucking grouped into, like, they're using these weapons to try and turn them on the good guys, even, because everything is about safety. Everything is about safety. And it just, when does electric gloves being used on Mexicans ever equal safety? That actually seems like an unsafe thing, especially for the people you're deporting. That seems critically unsafe. What if these people got heart conditions? You're gonna fucking zap them? You got a fried tamale and you didn't even intend to. Now you got the entire fucking family suing you, and maybe cartel even coming after you. Is that what you want? $20 million, god damn. $20 million, that's a lot of fucking money. Let me tell you what, that ain't cheap. Zuckerberg pushes super intelligent AI for all as Meta releases open weight model. Meta CEO presented utopian vision of AI in 6,000-word essay amid Silicon Valley debate over government regulation. So, Zuck came out with this entire format and plan, and his idea is that each person at some point is going to get an individualized AI that is personally for you to use. And they're not going to, of course, they're not going to add some kind of backdoor where they can control your AI like it's whatever. The point is, though, they want everybody to have an AI so that way they can use it to help improve their lives and everything, because AI is going to help them improve their lives and not anything else. That's what we need. That's what the poorest people in this country need, is a fucking AI for everybody. You know, Zuck, it's just... Sometimes you gotta laugh. Sometimes you gotta laugh. Mark Zuckerberg published a lengthy essay. The CEO's essay went online the same day as Meta released a new open-weight AI model that seeks to rival Anthropic and OpenAI's products called Muse Glimmer. Over the course of more than 6,000 words in a post titled "The Future is for Everyone," Zuckerberg addressed a range of topics related to AI that include data centers, government regulation, cybersecurity, the creation of bioweapons, labor, market disruption, surveillance, power, and more. By the way, if you didn't hear, apparently there was an AI model that created 18 fucking viruses and then cured them. Just random. Yeah, this is what we need, right? Yeah, dude, no, of course, we're not worried about cybersecurity. We're not worried that you guys are going to be using this against us. You know, they made me look like a big tech bitch in this last film because I was having to use basically flock cameras everywhere to study everybody's movement. Look for anomalies. Look for anomalies. Look for anomalies in movements. Study everybody everywhere and make sure that they're acting completely normal to what their behavior is, so I know whether I need to go and arrest them or not, because I, as Spida-Man, am incapable of doing my job without having to keep everybody under an oppressive technological thumb. Ho ho ho. Fucking shit. Can't stand this. This startup made a 24-hour AI news channel. You know, and this is another thing. They're using AI for the news channels. Now, they're trying to anyways, because the idea is, well, AI is not going to make the same damn mistakes. Yeah, that's right, because the human's putting everything in, and that means it's not going to have any mistakes in it, right? Because then it's going to self-correct, and that's not going to make it. Do you guys, it's like genetics. It's like, once there's one fucked up gene in there, you know you're not getting rid of that fucked up gene. It's just not going to show itself as often, right? It's like it becomes a recessive trait that'll show up every few generations. And that's how AI is going to do this shit. Because it's going to be the human flaws come out every couple of generations of AI. And then it's going to be AI going against AI, going against human, going against the alien, going against the It's a lot. Let me tell you what, there's too much going on. It's too much. It's too much. And that's the thing is, I'm not a big fan of this AI everywhere. I had to use one in order to catch Jean Grey, and I was not a fan of that either. I feel like I, as Spider-Man, should be able to do my job and do it well without having to only rely on technology. You guys remember back in the old days when I didn't rely on tech? It was me and my webs. That's what I got. You remember me with Gabi in the early 2000s? Me with Doc Ock? Come on. I didn't need all this. I didn't need all these fancy gizmos and gadgets and whatchits and woochits. I didn't need none of this. I didn't need no AI. I've been dealing with Morbius for years and I didn't need AI. I've been dealing with fucking the X-Men and a bigger threat. I dealt with so many fucking threats over the years without the need for all this AI tech and bullshit. And they just... I'll tell you what though, that fucking... That paycheck, when it came through from Disney, sometimes you gotta look like a big tech bitch. And that's really what they're trying to do with this last film, is they're getting people comfortable with all this like AI slop and all the fact that you're being monitored 24/7. I mean, like, even New Orleans has been using AI to answer calls for 911 since like 2023. Did you guys know that? New Orleans has been using AI. Let's see. Over the last several years, tech oligarchs and the various whatever. That's not what I'm looking for. Give me the fucking details. Stop telling me all this. Whatever. The point is they've been using AI to answer their fucking phone calls. I'm pretty sure they're answering the non-violent line. And I still don't find that most people want to actually give all their information to an AI bot. They would rather go out of their way to speak to another human about the issue and actually get some good direct responses. I don't know. I guess that's just me as a Spider-Man. After this last film, I kind of just started to realize the importance of people, you know what I mean? I relied too much on tech. I relied too much on tech. You can't just spend all your days in the computer. You can't spend all your days at a computer. I know I used the tech to stalk, some old friends and stuff. But that doesn't mean we should. I understand that there was an officer. We didn't even get to cover that this week. There was a... Oh, no, here we go. We get into him here in a minute. What is it? Yep, this is the one. Oh, by the way, Flock They got suspended in Palm Bay. I know I'm a little bit all over the place, but this is all kind of one big topic. It's not really so much. We're kind of like, the last 5 topics are really one big topic. It's about me and the AI data centers and the flock cameras and the AI. It's really about me and the AI. The flock cameras got suspended in Palm Bay because, hold up. Palm Bay suspends flock license plate reading camera system pending review of installation permitting. The city of Palm Bay is immediately suspending its flock automated license plate reader camera system after preliminary review found the cameras may not have been properly permitted or installed by the system's vendors. That nobody here wants them. Like, 90% of the people you speak to in this county do not want flock cameras. They simply don't. The only person it benefits is the big tech centers, me when I'm trying to stop Jean Grey, and the people who are signing them in who are getting pocket cash. It doesn't benefit everybody. It benefits like me and 3 people. Only because I had to find Jean Grey. I don't even think it's going to be benefiting me on a regular basis unless I'm stalking people. Unless I'm stalking people like this fucking Haines City police officer. This is what I was trying to get around to. It's a big circle. It's a big web and a big mesh, and it all just... It's all a big web and it's all a big mesh and it all just into one place. Do you know what I mean? It culminates into one place. Gets everywhere. Haines City police officer accused of using flock cameras to search for estranged wife's vehicle. Y'all are not going to believe this one. This is a crazy thing. A Haines City police officer was arrested and intends to resign over accusations he accessed the flock camera database to search for his estranged wife's vehicle more than 700 times, according to the police department. 700 times. Do you know how crazy that is? 700 times to use the flock cameras? I had to use the cameras 700 times in order to fucking find Jean Grey. By the way, it was very illegal, and the only reason I got away with it is because I was chasing a telepath. Even the police lady I was working with in the film said, "Oh, isn't that illegal?" Goddamn right it's illegal. It's motherfucking illegal as shit. Because I should not be having... I had to hack into the AI flock cameras and all that shit just so I could actually monitor everything. And then I placed in my own AI so that way it wouldn't tell the other AIs how to monitor everything properly and submit me back the data I needed. And you don't think that's happening to you every day in real life with these big tech data centers? Just as a little food for thought. Christopher Goodson, who has been an officer in the Haines City Police Department since March 2022, faces charges of official misconduct and offenses against users of computers, computer systems, computer networks, and electronic devices, according to the news release. Command staff within the police department were made aware Monday evening of possible misuse of an investigative database by Goodson, the release states. He was placed on paid administrative leave as an investigation was opened the day and revealed evidence of misuse of an investigative database by Goodson while on and off duty. He's on paid leave. I would like to be clear. This man illegally accessed flock devices, used it 700 times in order to stalk his estranged wife, meaning the woman who he is no longer with. He is stalking her whereabouts at least 700 times accessing these cameras, and he got paid leave. I would like to be 100% clear. This is a Florida officer who has used flock cameras illegally, stalked his ex-wife, his estranged wife, and then was paid to leave, is on paid leave amid the investigation. This is why I do my job. This is why I'm allowed to do what I do, because officers like that show you that, hey, maybe webbing around isn't the worst thing you can do. You feel me? Sometimes you gotta let a little web loose. I'll tell you what, if I would have been there, I probably would have been able to access these cameras. I'm on tour right now. I'm not doing all this. If I was able to access those cameras, though, I would have been able to find it by the time he was doing his third use of the flock cameras. But no. It doesn't happen until the 700th time. 700th time the charm. Motherfucker. This is an unfortunate incident. Haines City Police Chief Isaac Jackson said in a statement. The Haines City Police Department fully supports all appropriate investigative measures necessary to solve crimes and assist our officers in carrying out their duties. But it wasn't. It was not appropriately investigative. He was stalking his estranged wife. So they're saying, hey, we support our officers when they do good, but that's not the point. Your officer did bad. Why don't you make a comment on that? This is like that fucking Scooter comment earlier. Do you actually think I give a fuck about what kind of scooter he was riding when he got killed? No. Fuck. According to the affidavit obtained by West 2 News, Goodson drove to Superior's residence on Monday and told him that he had made several inquiries on Flock platform into his... It just adjusted. On the Flock platform into his estranged wife's vehicle, claiming he did so to keep track of his children's location when they were with her. So, again, for safety purposes, we have to stalk you in everything you do. For safety purposes, I have to stalk my ex-wife and children. I was told on August 10, 2026, Redacted had sent Christopher a text message informing him the Washington Post news outlet... It keeps skipping around. Why the fuck does it do that? News outlet had conducted her and told her they were doing a story on Christopher's misuse of the Flock database to follow his wife's location. The affidavit states, investigators then searched how many times his wife's vehicle had been looked up in this way. The affidavit continues revealing 717 such entries. Allegedly revealing 717 such entries had been made on Goodson's agency-issued laptop and cell phone between September 1st, 2024 and June 30th, 2026. This is a couple years of this. This is multiple. This is at least once a day. At least once a day. It was further learned that Goodson had entered the following reasons to make those entries: criminal motor vehicle offense, drug narcotic training, X-17 investigation, assault battery offense, obstructing the police, traffic infraction, X-17. So he's just making up charges so he can stalk his ex-wife. But you know what? To be fair, he is making up excuses to stalk his ex-wife. At least he has that. I'm just doing it because I fucked up. I'm just stalking, what's her name? Oh, I can't give you a name, but her initials are MJ. You know, I have to stalk MJ because of the fact that I have to make sure she's safe. Because if I don't stalk her and ensure that she's safe, how is she ever going to be safe? Yeah, I have to look at my old friends' TikToks and Instagram lives and stuff like that, just so I can keep up with their daily lives. But what does that matter? I'm ensuring that they're safe. And at the end of the day, I was able to web it all up. I webbed everything up and ensured their safety. And isn't that what matters as a Spider-Man? That you become the web slinger that they all see you, that they all know you and want you to be, and that you save lives. I even got Bruce Banner to calm down after a minute. I got that fucker Hulk to calm down, like you saw it here. I got the Hulk to calm down. All it took was just a moment. It was just a brief moment, and all of a sudden, alleviation. I didn't like the fact that Jean Grey was the villain. It would have been nice if, like, Morbius was the villain in this. That would have been a good turn of events. Instead, he's the villain of sexual assault. It would have been nice if it was Morbius, or Morlun, a Rhino, a Kraven, a fucking Hobgoblin, or another Green Goblin. It would have been nice if it was Venom, if it was Carnage, if it was... I mean, there's a whole slew of... Give me Doc Ock, give me fucking Electro... There is a slew of people I would have rather fought than Jean Grey, that fucking telepathic bitch. I had to stalk you because I was stalking a telepathic redhead. I had to stalk you because I was trying to stop a telepathic redhead. And I think the entire film really is just get comfortable with the government state, because we're going to give you excuses like, hey, we're monitoring for anomalies so that way we can know if a villain is among you. And the action was good. The acting was okay. I'm not a fan of Zendaya. Tom Holland did fantastic. The guy who plays Ned, the CEO of Sex, was great. What's it? Scorpion, awesome. That was badass. He even gave some good fight scenes. He got fucked up along the way. Seeing the hand was kind of cool because I just handed it to him. How you like that? You like how I did that joke? I handed it to him. I handed their asses to him. We had a black villain, so that's cool to see a lead. Jean Grey was a ginger, a Payuge. You know, all in all, it was I'd give it an 8 out of 10. The plot felt a little recycled, as I said. There's a lot of things they could have done better. They could have given you more Hulk. Like, I could have given you more Hulk. But I had to calm myself down, and I figured I'd save that for later, because it's not about him at the end of the day. It's about me. It's about Spidey. And you know what? I think I did y'all some service, letting you know really what you should expect the next time I'm in town. Giving you a little bit more of a real feel for how things are in this piece. Now, just like my film, and just like everything going on in this world, we're gonna go out with a bang. I'd like to say, I hope y'all are having a fantastic time in this country, that you have a wonderful week and a wonderful day, and just remember, always smile, because you never know what's coming around the corner. You never know who's gonna come swinging into your life and swinging out. You never know who's gonna turn green and, you never know who's gonna turn green and go crazy and have to be calmed down by you. And just, you know what? On that note, I say, bang bang and have a beautiful day. A brand new day, I say. Same shit, different day, more like it.